Welcome to another session of Home Matters. Today we have Leon Lopes, who is substituting for Mike Gamaris, who is the owner-broker of Remax Spectrum. Thank you so much for being here, Leon.
Thanks for having me. It's very good to be here.
It's wonderful to have you back. Lots going on in real estate. Now, you have been with Remax for almost 6 years, and you've been in real estate in this area for?
Close to 24. Actually, with Remax Spectrum for almost 6 years,
Yeah.
and Remax as a whole for almost 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you really know real estate in this area very, very well.
Hope so, yes.
You should by this point, right? Okay, so usually we talk about the state of the market first, and for the last year or so, it has been a seller's market because there's way more houses than there are buyers. Is that still true?
Actually, less houses than there are buyers. So the seller's market, yes, it's still continuing to be a seller's market. And especially when you get into the lower price points,
Right.
there's so little for sale and more buyers that are out there wanting to buy.
Yeah.
That it becomes one of those multiple bid, scenarios
Yeah.
or over asking price scenarios. And it's the first time buyers probably that are really impacted the most by that. The higher the sale price or the higher the list price of a home, there's a little bit more breathing room. Again, not all things being equal.
Yep.
And it's hard to say across the board. From town to town, it can vary.
So if I'm selling my house 10 years ago, if I got an offer, but it was a contingency offer, the people that wanted to buy my house had to sell theirs, I might take it, I might not. At this point, you don't even have to look at those buyers, right?
Right.
If I'm a seller, I'm like, nope, I just want people with cash who have nothing to sell that they can close right away.
Yeah, and that's really a struggle for some of these buyers right now. They're really putting their best foot forward
Right.
when they make an offer and not fooling around, putting out their best price, and then still getting the phone call that they were not the ones whose
selected.
offers were selected.
Yeah.
So it's tough, and most buyers have to get a mortgage.
Yes.
The cash buyers are few and far between, but certainly they get the attention of the sellers the most.
Oh, obviously, right.
Yep.
Now, days on the market, I mean, usually 30, 60, 90 days was common. How often, how many days on the market is standard right now for a house?
Yeah, so, for me, I always try to tell my clients, both buyers and sellers, that you can't say always and you can't say never.
Yep.
Especially in real estate. So there are some homes that for whatever reason, maybe they're on the corner of a busy street, maybe they need a lot of fixing up, maybe they're overpriced. Some of those homes don't sell right away. So the average number of home days on the market for homes in the area is lower than it was 10 years ago. But it's not 5 days. The average number of days on the market might be 30, might be 45, might be 60, depending on the price range. However, there are many homes that when they come on the market, especially the lower the price, they're selling in the first weekend.
Right.
They really are. And, in Plymouth, I'm based in Plymouth.
Yeah.
So for an example, if we see a listing come on the market for under 400,000 or even under 350 especially, and it's in a good location and great condition and priced right, it's gone in the first weekend, probably with multiple offers.
Of course. And then that seller probably gets to entertain way over their asking price.
Well, you have to be careful on that because there's still some checks and balances in place. So if a buyer's getting a mortgage, once the buyer and seller agree to a price, they still need to make sure that the appraiser for the mortgage company agrees on that price and the underwriter for the mortgage company agrees on that price.
Right.
So, going
There's
over is
a little
great,
wiggle room, but
yeah, you can't get too out of control.
Yeah.
We're not in Boston. We're in the South Shore.
Yeah. Now, there's also a new thing that's coming soon that never was before, so you're almost previewing the fact that something is going to come on the market? Tell me about
yes. So let's say that you're a homeowner and you're thinking, I've got a few more things to do. I'm decluttering. I want to paint one room. I'll be ready to put the house on the market live in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if I'm the real estate agent working with you, then I say, okay, let's do the Coming Soon program for those 2 weeks while there are no showings on your property. We're going to start marketing your property. We're going to get it out into the Coming Soon website. We're going to post it on Facebook. We're going to let other agents know that it's coming. We're going to put a sign out front that says coming soon.
Right. So a lot of drive-bys.
So there's a process to do that the right way, and that means no showings until the live date.
Right.
Or no showings until the open house date that's been established with the seller. So again, just getting the word out, but buyers seem to appreciate it and,
Yeah.
and are responding to that. Yep.
Now, you did some due diligence homework knowing that we cover the 4 towns of Duxbury, Kingston, Pembroke, and Plymouth. Any specific fun facts about real estate in those 4 towns that you'd like to share?
Well, sure. If we look at Duxbury, for example, I just printed this list, so let's use approximate. This is mid-July.
Yeah.
81 homes for sale in the town of Duxbury,
Yep.
from the lowest price to the highest price versus 70 last year. That's an increase in the inventory a little bit, but as most of us know, in Duxbury, it's more of an affluent
Sure.
community.
Yep.
Prices are higher. So of those 81 homes for sale, 70 of them are priced higher than $500,000.
Okay, so that limits the pool of people that can purchase it.
So that's one fact for Duxbury.
Okay.
In Kingston, there's 43 homes for sale right now, and last year there were 50. So the inventory is a little bit less in
Okay.
Kingston. The days on the market's a little bit less. Average days, 76.
Okay.
Versus 98 last year.
Yep.
So, and again, in any given price point, like for instance in Kingston, there's only 5 or 6 homes priced under 400,000 in Kingston.
Okay.
So again, it's
Yep.
demonstrating it's a little tougher for the first-time buyers right
Sure.
now with lack of inventory. In Pembroke, inventory for sale is pretty much exactly where it was last year. Prices in Pembroke are a little bit more affordable compared to Duxbury and Kingston,
Yep.
which is great. There's some new construction coming in Pembroke, but that's going to be a higher price
Sure.
for a larger home.
Yep.
And in Plymouth, what's interesting about Plymouth, it's the largest town geographically in the
huge.
state,
Right,
right? So we
right.
have a lot of homes for sale at any given time
Absolutely.
compared to the other towns.
Absolutely.
But still in Plymouth, we only have about 250 single-family homes for sale,
Yeah.
from the lowest price to the highest price. That includes homes that might be listed at Pine Hills
Okay.
or Red Brook
Yep.
or some of the other newer communities in
Sure.
town. I've seen years where that number's been well over 500 homes for sale.
Wow.
So 250 is very low
Yeah, for Plymouth.
for Plymouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So, and the final question in our last minute is about interest rates and how they affect the rates to getting a mortgage.
Interest rates right now are certainly a little bit higher than the low.
Yeah.
The low for a 30-year mortgage a couple years back was around 3.5%.
Which was incredible.
Percent.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah.
Today they're around 4.5 to 4.75,
Yep.
depending on your credit picture.
Sure.
In the eyes of the mortgage company. But still, that's a great rate.
Sure it
4.5
is.
to
Sure it is.
4.75
Yeah,
is
yeah.
great. And over the last few weeks, they've kind of been stable at that point. So hopefully, we won't see too much of an increase going through the second half of this year.
Okay, not to do to mortgage rates, but because of tariffs and other things that are going on with goods coming into the country, we might see some increases because of the increase in the cost of the
Yes. So
production materials.
Right. So new construction prices are going to go up, and part of that is because of the cost of the materials.
Yeah. So
yes.
there's an awful lot of factors that go into effect when you're talking about the price of a house.
Yep,
Yeah. And
definitely.
it's your biggest investment always.
It is.
Yeah. And it's your biggest expense usually. Yeah.
It is. A lot
All
of
right.
care and maintenance goes
Yeah.
with owning a
Yeah.
home.
Well, until next time, we'll have more Home Matters. Thank you, Leon, very
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you.